Welcome to our new member orientation video for the First Baptist Church of Palm Coast. In this video, we're going to cover several things. We're going to cover our high five vision and mission statement of the church. We're going to cover our church affiliations. That's who we do business with. And then we're also going to cover our family ties. This is how we do what we do. And so first, I'd like to explain to you our high five. Our high five is what we call our vision and mission, our strategy, our core values, and what it looks like to be a member here at First Baptist. And so number one in our high five is our church vision. Our church vision is that we are light bearers of the gospel of Jesus Christ in this generation and to this world. What does that mean? Well, we recognize that Jesus called us the light of the world. And as he called us the light of the world, that we have a responsibility to live in a way that they can see the gospel light. And so our vision is that we would do that we would be light bearers of the gospel to this generation, or in this generation and to this world. How do we do that? Well, that's our mission statement, and that is number two. Our mission statement says that we exist to help people know and love like Jesus. Well, when you help people know Jesus, it's not just cognitively, that's one, but we also relationally. And so there's two ways to know Jesus, head knowledge and heart knowledge. And so we help people know and then love like Jesus. So after they know Jesus, they apply their teachings, his teachings, to their lives. So our vision is to be light bearers of the gospel of Jesus Christ in this generation and to this world, and we exist to help people know and love like Jesus. How do we do that? We have what we call a 3S strategy. That's number three, a 3S strategy. That is worship services, serving, and small group. So worship services, we want to do that every week, right? Coming together, engaging the Word of God corporately. Then we go into small groups and we worship God in small groups. We learn about Him and grow in our relationships. Serving, that is applying what we've learned to advance the kingdom. And as we do this, worship service, small group serve, worship service, small group serve, over and over again, our light begins to shine brighter and brighter. Well, how we do what we do, well, that's covered in our core values. And so our core values, there's four of them. Bible-based is our main core value. Everything we do hinges on that. It builds out of that foundation of the Bible. Our Bible-based, we also have a culture of belonging. Belonging, simply, we're trying to create a place where everybody has a place to be. The culture of belonging, where there's a place where somebody knows your name. And so we have a culture of belonging. We have a culture of becoming. That's the third core value. See, we know that Jesus saved us, right? Jesus he loves us enough not to leave us where he found us. And so we have a culture of becoming more and more like Christ. As we, in our worship services, in our small groups, and in our serving opportunities, we're trying to look more and more like Jesus. The last core value is beyond, right? Beyond means that it's not us for and no more, that we are constantly looking for opportunities to share the gospel with people who don't know Jesus. And so these are the four core values that describe how we do what we do. Now, what does it look like? What does it look like to be a member at First Baptist Church? Well, that's what the high five is, right? The high five is covered in the acronym FIRST. F stands for the fruit of the Spirit can be seen in my life. And so as a church member at First Baptist Church, the fruit of the Spirit should be emanating out of your life through the worship services, the small groups, the serving. As we do that the fruit of the Spirit would be growing and the world can see that. What is the fruit of the Spirit? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. You can find that in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 23. And so as a church member at First Baptist, you can see the fruit of the Spirit in my life. I, in FIRST, stands for investing and inviting others into a relationship with Jesus. You can invest into a relationship with a church. And so we're constantly looking for opportunities to bring people into the family of God, investing and inviting them to come in. R stands for my relationship. My relationship with God is becoming more and more intimate on a daily basis. So it's a priority in my life to grow in my relationship with God. S stands for serve and give generously. And so as we're growing in our relationship with the Lord, that we're not selfish, but we're becoming more and more about answering the needs of others by serving and giving generously to the cause of Christ. T stands for trust. That in the situations and circumstances of life, that my trust in the Lord is growing more and more. I'm not wavering back and forth, but I'm beginning and learning to trust Him more and more. And so, what does it look like to be a church member at the First Baptist Church? Well, FIRST describes what it looks like to be a church member at First Baptist Church of Palm Coast. Now, let me talk to you for a minute about our church affiliations. This is who we do business with, if you will. So we have cooperative relationships with 3 different organizations or entities. The regional entity is called the St. Johns River Baptist Association. It's a group of 55 churches that are in the St. Johns River area or region. This covers St. Johns County, it covers Duval County, it covers Putnam County and Flagler County, which is where we're located. And so there's 55 churches in all that join together cooperatively to train, equip, and to serve the Lord in a larger way than any one church can. So that's one of the affiliations that we have, is regionally with the St. Johns River Baptist Association. We also, in a larger context, we partner with and cooperate with the Florida Baptist Convention. Now, with the Florida Baptist Convention, obviously it covers the state of Florida and some of the Caribbean region. And so whether there's disaster relief, or Christian education, missional opportunities, we partner with the Florida Baptist Convention to do things that are larger in scope for the gospel. Then the third entity that we deal with is the Southern Baptist Convention. We affiliate with the Southern Baptist Convention in a couple of ways, primarily through missional efforts. We support missionaries through our tithes and giving to keep them on the mission field, both international missionaries through the International Mission Board and North American missionaries through the North American Mission Board. We think it's valuable use of our resources as we pool them together with churches all over the world to keep missionaries doing what they've been called to do, and we can support them here at home. And so we affiliate with the Southern Baptist Convention, the Florida Baptist Convention, and the St. Johns River Baptist Association. But while I say affiliate, let me explain that. They don't have any authority in the church. The authority in the church is you, our congregation, our members. We make our decisions. We're called what we call autonomy. We have local autonomy, where our church makes the decisions of what we do, who we affiliate, and how we spend our resources in order to serve the Lord most faithfully. And so these are the way that we affiliate with these organizations. The last thing I want to mention to you in this orientation video is the family ties. The family ties, that's what I call it. It's covenant statements that we make to God and to each other about how we're going to relate with one another, how we're going to serve together, work together, worship together, how we're going to be relating with one another in the life of the church. There are 8 covenant statements which really do make up the majority of our next meeting, our first steps meeting together. But I just want to introduce them to you here. Number 1 is to pursue growth, right? I make a commitment to you and to God that I'm pursuing personal growth in my relationship with God. Number 2 is to protect the unity of the church. Number 3 is to participate faithfully in the life of the church. Number 4 is to share responsibility in the church. Number 5 is to serve in the ministries of the church. Number 6 is to walk in purity, protecting my own personal testimony as it relates to you and other members. Number 7 is to support the testimony of the church. So what is the church known for? That we will get involved and engaged in the life of the church. And number 8 is seeking reconciliation when necessary. Right? When you're in a relationship, especially with family, and that's what we consider our church as a family, sometimes we're going to disagree with others, but we work through those disagreements. And we even at times agree to disagree agreeably. And those are the family tie commitments that we make, relational covenants with each other. And so today in this membership video, this orientation video that we've watched, I want to remind you, we covered our high 5, our vision and mission statement of the church. We've covered our church affiliations, the three organizations that we affiliate with. And we've also covered our family ties, the way that we do life together as a church body. I'm looking forward to getting to know you. And so let me give you some next steps, which we call first steps. That would be to register for our First Steps Luncheon. Call the church office at 386-445-2020. We'd love to register you and reserve a spot for you for this luncheon, where we talk a little bit deeper and answer questions about membership at First Baptist Church of Palm Coast. The second first step is to meet with me as the pastor of the First Baptist Church of Palm Coast. So we can talk about your faith journey, get to know you a little bit better, and answer any questions in a smaller setting. I look forward to our first steps together as members of First Baptist Church.